One of my earliest memories of London is when my mum and my dad used to drive our family into central London. It would normally be at Christmas time at night, and we would drive up and down Oxford Street and look at the lights. And I don't know, just maybe because I was little at the time, it felt really magical. And I think my parents felt really proud to be able to show their home, especially as people who migrated to this country. My name is Sakhina Sheikh. I'm running to be the Labour candidate for the Greater London Assembly elections, also known as obviously the GLA. Coming back from university was an absolute shock. From seeing homeless people on the streets to people begging on the tube, it was profoundly different to how I remembered it. And I think that period when austerity kind of came in, it kept unraveling for me actually in many different ways. And obviously I just needed to explore and understand where that had come from, why that was there. And as someone who's been politically interested my whole life, I knew I needed to spend my time working to uplift those whose voices weren't heard. It's a privilege to be a local councillor. We've got so many brilliant people that I get to work with. But what we also see is Lewisham is a microcosm of what's happening across London and across the UK, which is the system at the moment makes people homeless, or it traps them in temporary accommodation. They end up on these endless waiting lists where they go nowhere, where you have a whole group of family living in a room that's not big enough for one person, damp that's so bad that it's causing people's noses to bleed. I mean, in my opinion, Tory austerity is designed to create homelessness. There is a very conscious decision that we don't care about certain people. And this has been ingrained and encoded through bureaucratic violence that numbs us of an ability to see the person across the desk as a human being. I'm sick of hearing a lot of politicians talk about homelessness or talk about disempowered youth or marginalised communities when actually they're not willing to step aside. It's about understanding that poverty is political and is the consequence of political choices. If we actually want to achieve racial justice, if we actually want to see people flourish across the city, then it's time that different people made decisions. If I'm elected into City Hall and I have the privilege of representing this city, my absolute priority is making those voices heard and redistributing any power that I'm given access to. Join me with your courage, join me with your demands, join the campaign. Follow me on Twitter at Sakhina Z Sheikh or find me on Facebook at Sakhina Sheikh for London. And together, let's shake up City Hall.